Well, folks, if you've got kids, they've probably reminded you time and time again that Christmas is a little over a week away. And a major issue this time of year is home security. Thieves tend to target homes where the owners are out of town, hoping to find some expensive items to cash in on. The holidays also are a time when the number of house fires start to rise. Jonathan Frase and Greg Polley of Frase Protection are here to talk about some things that you might want to keep in mind as you head out of town, just to keep yourself safe and your family's home safe. Gentlemen, good to see both of you. How is everything?
Good to see you.
It's great.
Things are going great.
You know, we were talking earlier, and I asked the question. I want you to kind of expound on this. What are just some basic things that people need to keep in mind during the holiday season just to keep their home safe?
Well, I mean, one of the things, again, like Jonathan was saying, security is a layered approach. You got to think not only about your security system and your fire system that you have in place, but what does your home look like to potential thieves? You don't want to be a target of opportunity. You want to make sure that the items in your car are secured. You bring them into the house with you at night. Don't leave things out front like boxes for big ticket items, for gifts that you've given. Don't leave the box for the 32-inch plasma screen TV on the front drive to say, hey, I got some great stuff in here to come and get.
Yeah, I think the big issue is that we get really distracted this year. We have so much going on. We've got gifts to buy, things to prepare. We're getting ready for relatives to come into town. We get distracted and we lose common sense in some cases. So I think the big message is really just to kind of pay attention to what's going on and keep that common sense.
Now, what you guys do before you go and put in a security system, you guys actually do a survey of the house,
Sure.
correct?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so you're going out there. So you come to my house.
Right.
What are you looking for?
We're trying to look at it in a way that maybe the burglar might want to break into your house. One thing that he might be looking for is he wants to know, are there valuables and are there things to take? If you've got your windows, your shades closed, he can't look in there and see what's going on. Also, he doesn't want to be seen when he's trying to break into your house. So if you have shrubs that are growing up over your windows, that's a place for him to hide while he tries to get your window open. If you have, a lot of us like to have that privacy fencing, but that gives the burglar privacy too when he wants to break in.
Are lights key? I mean, it seems like something so basic and for your own convenience, but is it also a deterrent?
It's something basic and very convenient. It's easy to install, and it is a deterrent. When we do a security check around someone's home, we go and say, the four corners of the house or areas that, like Jonathan said, might be hidden, you want to have those motion sensor lights that are going to pop on if somebody comes back there. A lot of times it's going to be a false alarm, but it may be that time that someone's trying to break through a window or coming back to your back door. You want those lights in place.
I know security systems are your business, but I've got to ask, is a dog better than any security system out there?
Well, a dog's great because burglars don't want to be seen and they don't want to be heard. So if you got a dog, especially one that makes a lot of noise, that's going to be a great deterrent.
It's one of those layers. That dog that when a lot of times we go up to meet people and talk about their security systems, those dogs are going nuts at the door, and it's a great deterrent. It's one of those layers.
I'm curious, and I'm just thinking out loud here. All right, I'm out of town. Someone breaks into my home. Yeah, the security system goes off. It takes you guys however long to call me to say your security system is going off. What's the problem? But the reality is, by the time we figure out that it's not me going into that house, the person can get in there and already get away with something.
Well, one of the things, though, I want to tell a story. We had a customer recently where that happened. And the security system's going off. Everything worked right. We dispatched the police. But a neighbor came out and got the plates off of the car for the burglars. And they caught him within an hour, got all her stuff back. So again, it's part of knowing your neighbors, getting out there, being part of your community, so people look out for each other, and it's all part of the, it's all the layered approach. It's one of those layers where it's going to work. Yeah.
Even in terms of fire safety, that's not necessarily something people probably think about this time of year. But there are definitely some dangers out there just in what we're doing, Christmas trees and that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's right. Well, December is the biggest month unfortunately, for Christmas tree fires and candle fires. In fact, Christmas Day, there are more candle fires on Christmas Day than any other day of the year.
Wow.
So the real key is you don't know when a fire is going to start or for what reason. There's 1,000 reasons a fire could start, but the key is to be prepared because we're so distracted this time of year. So a couple of things we can do. Probably the best suggestion is to have a fire escape plan. Know what you're going to do if a fire starts. And if you have guests coming in from out of town, they should know how to get out of your house as well. Also, we got to have fire extinguishers and know how to use them, particularly around the kitchen area, and then have smoke detectors that are working. Don't just pull the batteries out of them when they start beeping, but have smoke detectors that are working, and preferably the type that are connected to an alarm system that sends a message for help if a fire starts.
Guys, that's all great advice. For people who might want to get this information, can you give us some quick resources, some online resources?
Sure. The National Fire Protection Agency has a website, nfpa.org, and also our website, phraseprotection.com. That's F-R-A-S-E protection.com. That's a good resource. And in terms of security tips, memphispolice.org has some fantastic tips too.
Great stuff. Guys, appreciate you coming in. That's a good conversation.
Absolutely.
That's really helpful stuff.
Thank
you guys come back.